Hello, I am Abhimashwari and this is TaskFlow, my AI powered smart task planner. Its objective is to eliminate guesswork and deliver concrete and realistic project schedules. We'll start by inputting an ambitious goal. Let's say we want to build and launch a scalable, secure, and full stack e commerce website. Now, for the time frame, I'll take 4 weeks and starting from tomorrow. Now, we have some advanced options, say team size, budget I'll keep as high, experience level I'll keep as intermediate, and now we'll click on generate plan. When I submit, the request hits my FastAPI backend. And since LLM generation can be slow, I've implemented WebSocket connections to provide real-time feedback. You can notice how it shows initializing, analyzing, processing, and so on. Okay, so the website has now generated a plan. We can see it has given us 25 tasks with 8 high priority tasks for about 221 hours. Okay, so now I'll click on to list view. We can see the various tasks that have been generated. Now the first task being research e-commerce platform options, wherein we show them how we've conducted a thorough analysis of popular e-commerce platforms. Now we have an option to set the status of this task from to do to we can do it as in progress, and say I've completed this task, I'll put it to completed. Now going on to the next task, for example, I have some issue that I've not been able to complete to move on to this. So I can just show it as blocked, that this is blocked, and the system would give us a complete analytics of this key. For example, if I've completed one task, I've blocked one task, and I have 23 left to be done. Now, the next task, implement a payment processing with Stripe API. This is a complex task, and for example, if I don't understand it directly, I can just click on break into subtasks. And the platform will give us 3 subtasks for the same. For example, design and implement payment form with Stripe API, set up Stripe API account and credentials, and the test payment form with mock data and Stripe sandbox. Now, these are subtasks for the original task that can be completed. We've also added an option of comments, for example, where a user can add comments to a particular task for future reference or for a team. For example, I'll type will work on this later right now for demonstration purposes, and I'll post the comment. Now, this comment will be posted on the platform and it can be visible to other users as they access it. Now we'll go on to the timeline view. The timeline tells us what date, what work has to be begun with. Now Gantt chart, where all the tasks have been given a dependency. For example, this task depends on the first one and the next one depends on the second one, and so on. Now we've also integrated a color coding scheme wherein we show green for low priority, red for high priority, and yellow for medium priority. Now, if for example, if you're stuck at some point and don't know what to do next, we have a list view. We can see that. Okay, so since we completed the first task and I need to complete on the second task, I'll just ask what's next. And it will tell me I need to design a responsive e-commerce template, which we had blocked initially. And it was the second task in order to be completed. Now, we also have options to optimize it for speed, optimize it for resources, and we can put a risk analysis through it. For example, I'll optimize it for speed. Now, once I click, it will process as the initial format. And now it will load us. You can see on your screen now, the optimized chart has given us 4 major recommendations, which would give us an expected improvement of 10 to 15% faster development time. And we can integrate these tasks directly into, for example, parallelization, sequencing, parallelization, and risk mitigation. Now we can just apply this recommendation or close the analysis. I'll apply these recommendations. And once I click apply, we can see a difference in the Gantt chart as well, because all these updates have been added into the original list. Now we can export it as calendar or export all this as JSON, and it will just download it for us. Now we can also click on new plan if we want to create something new. And we can also write our original plan of action. To highlight the robustness and performance of the API design, I'll submit the exact same goal. The response is instantaneous. This is due to in-memory LRU caching system that uses the MD5 hash of the goal as cache key, which speeds up duplicate requests from 30 seconds to less than 100 milliseconds. I also have a history option wherein, for example, I click on the history button and click on my previous plan. It will show me my previous, that was to build and launch a Z Hackathon website. And it gives me access to those tasks as well, wherein I can go and view the list view, Gantt chart, and all these stuff. So TaskFlow successfully demonstrates proficiency in fast API design, real-time WebSocket communication, and sophisticated LLM integration via detailed prompt engineering. The architecture is designed for scalability with future support for Superbase and team collaboration. Thank you for your time.